Hi guys, good morning from my end. And Nibbler says hello. We're gonna do just some feel good movement in our bodies, little hips, a little bit into the neck, I think even into the hands. So during this quarantine or self isolation or whatnot, everyone's a gardener now. And so that's a lot of hand stuff. So we're going to get into some hand release as well, because I know my wrists and elbows are tight. So perhaps you're feeling that also. So we're going to begin in a casual cross-legged pose. So instead of crossing at the ankles or stacking a leg on top of the other, let's bring our left foot in closest to us. And then we're going to take our right leg in front of that. So you have a shin in front of the shin, sort of. And I like to kind of wiggle my feet so the well, it's not really a cross, so the legs are kind of squished up together. A little sitting bone shimmy, nice level pelvis. We'll set the cat down. Be free, Nibbler. And hands can come onto the knees. So again, you should be having your left foot in front of the other. I invite you to close down your eyes. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Give yourself a shoulder roll, up, back, and down. Let's do that 3 times. And after the third one, feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Draw the bottom ribs in. For a moment, pay attention to your surroundings. What do you notice? What do you feel? What do you hear? And whatever it is going on around you, can you feel that stillness, calmness with it? And if you're having a little trouble getting there, invite some mindful breathing into play to help root you down. Where you take deep, full breaths in and complete breaths out. And we'll invite some movement into play here. We'll have the palms down onto the knees. On an inhale, lift the heart, retract the shoulders. You can lift the gaze up or perhaps keep the eyes closed. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Now sweep your heart over to the right knee. Continue in a circle, taking the heart back behind you, over to the left, forwards and down. So big sacrum circles or Suthi rolls here. You can follow your own breath. Let it be the guide for this movement. Head goes in any unwinding pattern that feels nice. And you're welcome to close down the eyes once you become familiar in here, moving without external vision, instead internal vision. And let's take it around one more time. And next time you're folding forwards, you're going to pause there, release the hands down to the floor. You can either bring the forearms down to the mat or to blocks, or if that's not accessible today, you can stay up on your hands. If the forearms can come down, bring the palms together, forearms to the floor, kick the elbows out wide, let the head hang towards the heels of the hands. Grateful pose. And we'll stay for one more full breath in. Take the hands to the floor, exhale, roll it up one vertebra at a time. Head last, one big shoulder roll up, back, and down. And we'll simply switch the cross of our legs. So now your left leg should be in front. Give yourself a little sitting bone shimmy. Hug the legs in nice and tight towards one another. Grow tall. Pause for a moment just to notice what you feel. Maybe get a sip of coffee if it's there. Or tea or juice. Stay hydrated. And we'll do the same thing on the second side. So hands on knees, palms down. Let's inhale, lift the heart, retract the shoulders. Exhale, you fold over the shins. This time you're going to the left. Left and around, big circles. A few more. And one more full circle in this direction. And next time you're folding over the legs, you're going to pause there at the center. So back to grateful pose, this time on the second side. So either support yourself with palms down or forearms down, palms in prayer, head hangs, and pause. Deep breath in. Palms to the floor. Exhale, roll up. One shoulder roll at the top. Pause here for a moment. Deep breath in, grow tall through the crown. As you exhale, chin to chest. Roll right ear, right shoulder. As you inhale, chin tips up. And as you exhale, chin down, roll it across to the other side. Inhale, chin tips up. And continue to exhale, roll it across. Inhale up. Back and forth a few times. Nibbler has something to say this morning. And we'll go to the left one more time. Once you're there, we'll come back to center, head towards the chest. We'll inhale, lift the head up, big shoulder roll, up, back, and down. Nicely done. We'll bring ourselves forward and into tabletop pose. Knees directly under hips, wrists under shoulders. Fingers are spread a little bit, gripping finger pads into the mat. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So you'll inhale into cow pose, tailbone gaze lifts. Exhale into cat, tucking the tailbone and the chin. Follow your own breath. Let's take one more just like this. And let's take it to a neutral spine. You're going to flip the hands around so the fingertips point towards the knees. Now, if this is a big no-no on your wrists because they don't like it, you can always change the angle so it's not quite towards the knees. So play with that a bit. Find that sweet spot for you. And I tend to kind of bring my knees in a little closer to my hands here and shift the weight back a hint so it's not all pouring into your palms. If you shift it back, it is going to increase the stretch more. So micromanage your pose and find where it works best for you. So it might be closer, further, shift more weight forwards, backwards. And we're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow just like this. So you'll inhale into cow pose and exhale into cat. Keep it going. Let's do one more round. And we'll take it to a neutral spine. Release the hands slowly, one at a time. And last little bit here, lean back a hint so you can prop yourself onto your fingertips. Strong tented fingertips here, so don't do this thing where you dump into the hands or the joints of the hand. Instead, nice, strong, I've heard this called cupcake hands before, and I thought that's cute, so we'll call it cupcake hands. It could be gluten-free if you want, or vegan, whatever, but just make it a good cupcake. So you'll inhale, cow pose, same thing. See what it's like to shift the weight forwards. Exhale into cat pose, round. Maybe you shift the weight back. One more inhale, cow, shift forward. And exhale, cat. Palms down, neutral spine, tuck the toes, breathe in. Exhale, float the knees, hips go up and back, downward dog. And in this down dog, instead of focusing on alignment, think more about intuitive movement. So give yourself the time to pedal the feet, sway out the hips, shake out the head, whatever calls to you. And eventually working your way into a still down dog. Soften the knees a bit here. Make sure the head is relaxed. Again, grip finger pads into the mat. Hug armpits in towards the ribs. Press the floor away, down and forwards with the palms. And we're going to take a turbo dog or down dog push-ups 3 times. Bend the elbows out to the sides as you lower the crown of the head, hovering to the mat, and press the floor away back into down dog. Let's do that 2 more. Elbows bend out to the sides, lower the crown of the head towards the floor, press the floor away, down dog. 1 more, turning on the shoulder muscles, nice heat created here, press the floor away. Come up high on the tippy toes and baby steps, travel all the way to the hands for a standing forward fold. You can soften the knees here as much as you need, let the head be heavy. Take any variation you wish with the arms. And you'll bend the knees, inhale into a flat back. And so people will teach this differently. Oftentimes you'll see legs straight, hands to shin, straighten the spine. From my experience, yoga does a lot of pulling on the hamstrings. So I actually like a bent knee variation, fingertips to the floor. That's just me. I have a little talk here in the hamstring origin where it likes to not be pulled so much. So my modification is bent knees, and I think it's a great variation because we do a lot of straight leg stuff anyways in yoga. So it just helps give our hamstrings quite the break. So again, you'll inhale into a flat back, and you'll exhale, fold. Flat back, breathe in. Exhale, fold. And flat back, inhale. Hands to the floor, send the right leg all the way back. Hug the thighs in towards one another. Squeeze the legs. We'll come into a low lunge. This is where I need to invest my low budget quarantine budget into for a tripod so you can see more of me. You don't need to see my face, it's fine. So arms are up overhead. We're leaning back a bit as we allow the hips to sink forwards. Find a full breath into the heart. And as you exhale, we'll take the hands down to the floor, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step forward, back into your flat back, breathe in, exhale, fold. Flat back, inhale, exhale, left foot's going back this time, low lunge, knee down, thighs hug in, arms go up. Sink forward into the hips a bit, core is strong. Breathe into the heart, element of a back bend here. One more deep inhale. And exhale, hands come down. This time, lift the back knee up off the mat, step back into a plank pose. So plank, you want your feet hip distance-ish. Wrists right under the shoulders. And hands are a hint wider than the shoulders. It's almost as if the L's of the hands are framing the outside of the shoulders. Create a tiny tuck in the tailbone, press the floor away, backs of the knees lift towards the sky, reach the sternum forwards just a hint, and either knees down or keep them up. We're going to slowly lower to our belly. Nicely done. So we're going to take it into a nice shoulder stretch. So what will happen here, I'll show you on the left side first. So left arm is going to come into half cactus arm, so this guy. So it's going to come out to the side. Keep the elbow roughly in line with the shoulder. If it comes too far down, you're going to lose the stretch. Or if you have tight shoulders, you might need to take the elbow down. Just make sure you're being mindful of the shoulder joint, listening to it. Discomfort because of a stretch is okay, but we don't want pain. So half cactus arm, left arm out. Scoot the chest over out to the side a bit so you're creating some space. You're going to look to the right. Take your right hand flat by the right rib cage. Now lift the right foot up. Slowly roll onto the left shoulder. So you might need to scoot the shoulder out a hint more. If you're not feeling it, your arm might be way too bent down here. Take the elbow towards the front of the mat. Palm is down. You can let the head relax to the floor or put a blanket, block, cushion underneath it. And you have a few options. You can either keep the right leg extending, reaching. You can let the toes straight to the floor. Or you can even flatten your foot by bending the knee. Whew. All right, so this is really tight on me right now. So I'm going to keep my right hand on the floor in front of me for support. And for the last little bit, I'm going to take my top arm up into the air, reaching, and then imagining I'm trying to let it fall behind me. So not drape behind me, but back of the hand towards the floor, So opening the heart up a bit more. Full breath in. And as you exhale, slow motion, roll back onto the belly. Take a pause. And we'll come to the other side. Whoo-wee. So right arm, half cactus. Scoot the shoulders out to the right a few inches to create space. We're looking to the left now. Left palm flat by the left rib. Lift left leg up and roll onto the right shoulder. So your head can come back down. You can keep reaching the toes, let them come down, or flatten the foot. And you stay here and breathe deeply. And for the last bit, you'll extend, if you wish, the left arm up and imagine you're just trying to reach it behind you. So we're not draping unless you want to, but instead just letting it try to fall back. It's not really going to go very far. Stay one more full breath in. And exhale, whoo, onto your belly. And pause. We'll slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's inhale into a cobra pose. And exhale your way to down dog. Heels up, breathe in. As you exhale, hovering tabletop. So knees go right over where you set them down for table, but you're not putting them down just yet. Tuck the tailbone, press floor away. Deep breath in. Exhale, down dog. Heels up, inhale. Exhale, hovering table. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Heels up, breathe in. Exhale, hold for 3. For 2. Softly, knees come all the way down. All right, so we're going to come into a kneeling pose. If you don't like to kneel, you can just come to a cross-legged seat. You can always support your kneeling by putting a cushion or something under your bum to decrease the angle in the knee joint. You can also slide a towel or blanket or something behind the knee joint. We won't be here too terribly long. We just got a few minutes. Sorry, I had to look at the timer. All right, so you'll grow tall. You're going to let your right arm fall by your side. Your left hand is going to come behind you, and you're going to try to find some point of your right arm. So it might be the forearm. You might be able to grab above the elbow. And if you can grab above the elbow, you're going to bend at the elbow joint and rest the hand palm up on the thigh. And if you want to get really yogic about it, you can always bring index finger and thumb together, Jnana Mudra. So grow tall, full breath in, and as you exhale, take the chin towards the chest and roll left ear, left shoulder. And we stay. Deep breath in, full breath out, stay here. One more big inhale. And exhale, roll chin to chest. Slowly release left hand, cup the hands in the lap, roll the head up, shoulder roll, up, back, and down. Left arm, let it drape behind you. Right hand's gonna snake behind you. Find some part of the arm. It can be the hand behind you or the wrist or the forearm. If you can get above the elbow, not a big deal if you can't. Take the back of the hand to the thigh. Grow tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. Roll right ear, right shoulder. Full breath in, stay here. Full breath out. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release, chin to chest, hands to lap. And roll the head up, shoulder roll. Nice. So I got one more thing for you. We're gonna roll off our heels, sweep the legs around, take the hands behind you. My feet are so dirty. Give your knees a bounce. They're just always dirty this time of year. I could get to, or even after the shower. That mud though. All right, so we're gonna come into a simple cross-legged pose. Doesn't matter what it looks like. You can sit on a cushion to lift your seat up a bit. This next bit is fantastic for hands and wrists and even a little bit into the arms. So what will happen is we'll start with our right hand. The palm's gonna be down to the floor, fingertips point towards us. You're gonna lift your right bum cheek up and slide the hand underneath the sitting bone. So depending on flexibility, it might actually have to be more out to the side. You might be able to get it more in towards the body, but you wanna be able to kind of sit on it and grow tall. And then what will happen is you'll lower your chin towards your chest and roll left ear to left shoulder. And you can play a bit. If it's too much, you lean to the right some. If you want more, lean to the left. Perhaps you shift forwards or behind you a bit. You can play with the angle of the chin, the head. Kind of explore the stretch here. If you want to stay here longer, you can pause the tape for a second or your electronic device. That's so 90s of me. Pause the videotape, deep breath in, and release. And let's take our hands to the knees, palms up, close down the eyes for a moment, and feel the difference between right side and left. We'll blink the eyes open, and let's switch the cross of the legs. Sitting bones shimmy, find a level pelvis. We'll take it to the second side. Left palm down, fingertips point towards the body. Slide it underneath the sitting bone. Grow tall. Chin to chest. And roll right ear to right shoulder. So remember, you can come forwards, backwards, any amount. Take it to the side, whether that be left side or right. Play with the angle of the chin, the jaw. Let's stay for one more big breath in. And you'll exhale, carefully release. Bring the hands to the knees, palms up, grow tall. I invite you to close down your eyes. Notice the sensations in your body, any transformations occurring within. And so you're welcome to stay here in this meditative pose for as long as you wish, or come onto your back for a traditional Shavasana. Here is where I will leave you, but I'll be back. So be well, enjoy your day, and know that you are complete.